So there are certain types of women that you should stop texting and you should avoid texting at all costs and at all times. I'm gonna go through them because probably some of them you haven't even considered or you haven't even thought about them before. The first one is the looking for validation. And this type of girl is the girl that always, or like the woman, it doesn't really matter, is the type of girl that she will answer to all of your messages, but whenever you ask her to go out in a date, to actually meet, she will either refuse or put an excuse about going out with you. And I had these situations so many times, you know, and in the beginning it's quite hard to like move away, you know, because she's like, I mean, you're like texting her and she's answering, and then maybe you're sending like 5 messages and then she's sending again 5 messages, but you already told her that you want to meet on that day, specific day, you know, and even that you repeat it, she doesn't want to meet you, she's just using for validation. So it's really important to be aware of this type of chick, because it's really easy to fall into a trap of just like texting girls for validation, and that's what we don't want here. The second one is the ghoster. You know, this type of girl that you ask for her number in whatever situation, like it's like face to face, and she seems interested and really like looking forward and like talkative, and she even gives you her number. She wants to meet and she says to meet, but after, when you send a message after like, let's put it 24 to 72 hours later after meeting her, is after not answering you. Obviously the situation is called like ghosting, and in these situations sometimes it's really easy to keep texting the girl by sending different messages. Clearly see that she's not interested, so why should you like keep texting her and send messages? Like, it's so in this situation it's also so easy to fall into this trap, because it's like you kind of think like, she showed interest, she gave me her number and she was up to going out. In these situations it's really important also to avoid texting girls like this. The third one is the player. The player is that one that is, she's interested in you and she wants to date you, and she eventually dates you and has a date with you. At the same time she's dating so many people, like 10-15 guys at the same time, and in that situation it's like, okay, you have your chances to get the girl. Obviously if you're not dating at the same time else, like the one who's gonna have the power clearly is gonna be the girl, especially if you're in that situation, you're not actually dating so many women, because you're like more focused in yourself and doing your own stuff and not super centered in dating, because you might think that dating so many women at the same time is not actually the best way to spend your time, and it's better to focus somehow in other stuff apart from dating. But some girls, they do not think that, and they just want to date so many guys in order to get experience, and therefore these situations you should also avoid this girl, because you should never be the second dish or like the second option for any girl. The fourth one is the Penpal, or like Penpal, or however you want to call it, but it's this situation where the girl is like super far away and she texts you sometimes, you know, when like whenever you're close to her or like you are close to her. But in these situations this doesn't lead to anywhere, because of the fact that you're not living in the same area, in the same city, for example, and nothing really like truthful and prosperous and like long term is gonna come up from that situation. So yeah, like having this kind of girl is like for fun, right? And texting and just losing your time in texting girls like this that are super far away, and then they just want to meet up with you whenever you are close to her, or like the other way around. Also avoid this type of girls, because apart from just having fun for some days or for some hours, nothing out of there is gonna come up eventually. The fifth is the non-committed. The non-committed is this type of girl, this type of woman that she allows you to have sex with her. She doesn't want to commit with you, and she's just like playing weird stuff with you, and she's getting so much power, so much control over you by controlling you through sex, something that some women do, controlling you with sex. Like for instance, a typical example would be like, oh, we're not gonna have sex with you, I'm not gonna have sex with you tonight, you know. So like some women try to control you through sex, like using sex as a tool, control you, and that's something that we don't want, that like women controlling guys in a bad manner. Definitely I would say that these are some of the most difficult to get rid of them, right? Because like she's giving you sex, but nothing out of there is happening. Like it's like you just fuck friends or like friends with benefits. This is not leading to anywhere, you know, like having sex with someone just for fun and not having to like anything more than that, just being friends with benefits. Like eventually that kind of attitude doesn't commit to anything, doesn't lead to anything that we really want or like that we are thinking on this channel, which is being like in committed relationships, getting marriage and stuff like that, and therefore being in healthy relationships and healthy partnerships. And then the last one, the sixth, is the one that has a boyfriend but still talks to you and still does stuff with you. And this probably is like one of the worst. I mean, as a human being, I think that's the worst thing to do. But you know, but like this kind of, it's like I've seen them like especially like on vacation, on when they've been doing like Erasmus, you know, like an exchange that people do in Europe. She wants to date you, but after dating you or like you have a coffee or you've been talking and she's interested, she tells you or you see that she has a boyfriend, but she has been hiding you that. And in this situation, hiding that you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that's definitely one of the worst behaviors. And obviously you should stop texting and dating or talking with that girl, because she is definitely, if she's doing that with that guy that she's dating and she's with, she's gonna do the same with you. Like eventually after that, if something out of there, like after that relationship with that guy, she jumps into you, she's gonna do exactly the same. Like people do not change that fast. People do not get over or like change their behavior right after, like in a week, in 2 months, in 1 month, even in 6 months. It takes a lot of time. So yeah, that was pretty much it for this video. I really want to talk about these different type of girls that you can, or women that you can find out there whenever you're a guy dating women. So make sure you stop talking and dating girls like this, because they are not gonna lead to anywhere, and they are not gonna lead to a committed relationship or a committed and therefore a marriage after some time and some years, or however you want to. So yeah, that was pretty much it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up in case you enjoyed it, and here for subscribing to Family Talking in case you haven't done that yet, and up here to seeing my last upload, not my last upload, but an upload on how to successfully pick up a girl in a random scenario. Thank you so much, and as always, remember to stay always friendly.